Please note that the following content is not meant for children under 13. Hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches, and today I'm trying sculpting because it seemed like a lot of fun. So, sculpting, yeah. I've actually never done it before, or like seriously, I've tried messing with clay when I was very little, but I haven't tried it in a couple of years. Like, I think the last time I tried it was in primary school. I must have been like 10 or something. But now I'm trying, I'm actually trying. So the first thing I did was deciding what to sculpt, and I really did want to sculpt an elemental animal. Big surprise there, I know, but I wanted to still make it a bit of a challenge because I wanted to make tarn, but I always do tarn, so I thought maybe you should do something else. So I actually made a list of all the elemental animals I have, and I put them in like a random generator, and I generated a random animal. So as you can see, the first one to come up was Bearus, and I wasn't really sure how to feel about this at first because I'd gone through the animals that I most wanted to sculpt from the top of my head, and Bearus was one of the ones that I really wanted to sculpt. So that kind of defeated the purpose of generating a random one, but I didn't want to generate again because, you know, I wanted to keep it genuine, and because that one was the first that came up, I thought, okay, then let's do Bearus. So the first thing I did when I started sculpting was I made like a frame, and I used some what do you call that in English? It's like metal wire. There's got to be a word for that, right? Anyway, and after I got the wire frame, that's a different term. After I got the frame done with the wire, I went over with aluminium foil, and I scrunched it up, and I put it around the wire, so not everything would have to be clay. I wanted to use as little clay as possible for the bulk of the sculpture, so it wouldn't be too heavy and take too long to dry, that kind of stuff. And then I made a big mistake of sticking everything together with masking tape, because clay doesn't stick to masking tape, apparently. I didn't think to test this, but it doesn't. And that made the first part of the sculpture really, really agonizing, but it did stick to the aluminium foil, so that was okay. So in the future, I'm not going to use masking tape for this stuff again. Yeah, I probably should have researched clay a bit more, but I was just so excited for some reason. I think I saw, oh yeah, I remember why, because I saw Jazza's latest video where he painted a sculpture of his, and I was like, I want to do that too. So I thought, okay, well, for that I need a sculpture, and I got really excited about sculpting, and I ordered clay and everything. I didn't think to check which type of clay I should order, because apparently I ordered quite a cheap kind of clay that it's air drying, so it didn't really do justice as to what I had in mind. I probably should have gotten like polymer clay, that kind of stuff, but I thought, hey, air drying, that's easy, right? Apparently not. But it turned out okay in the end. It's just that was really, really difficult to form everything at first, and that's because it didn't want to stick to the frame that I'd made. And the worst part was that it was really, really starting to crack everywhere. That I'd made like a little bit of a texture or whatever, it just was cracking all over the place, and as hard as I tried to get it smooth, it was just not working out at all, and that was really, really sad, and I think what I should have done was incorporate more texture, especially because we've got like an animal, right? It can do a fur texture, that kind of stuff, but yeah, I didn't really think about that much. That's what I will do in the future, because I really want to sculpt Maya as well. I've got more ideas for sculpting, but yeah, it was really discouraging at first because it just wasn't sticking to all that masking tape, and I thought, hey, masking tape, that's cool, I can like really make a good frame out of that, and it didn't work, didn't stick to it. So yeah, that was awful. So the first thing that I wanted to do was just get kind of like a base layer on there. So especially after that, after I found out that that clay just didn't stick to the masking tape very well. So my idea was that after I have like a base layer of clay, clay will stick to clay, right? At least it might stick to clay better than it sticks to masking tape. So I wanted to get that base layer on so I could actually get like something on there, and so I could go from there, right? So once I actually had something that clay would stick to, I would then my idea was to then proceed with adding on more of the actual shape that I wanted, so more muscles and more like definition and that kind of stuff. So that was what I tried, and that base layer was just awful to do. It was really discouraging me from going through with the whole sculpture and with clay in general, and that's kind of sad because I found out that I really do like sculpting. I do really love working with the clay and making something 3D. It's just that all these things were not working out and everything was cracking, and I couldn't get the neck to stick either. That was so much work to make that work, and it was really difficult. But yeah, at least it turned out okay in the end. At least it looks like a moose now. So hey, I count that as an absolute win. So long story short, I made a bunch of noob mistakes. So getting the wrong kind of clay, getting the wrong kind of frame, using the masking tape, that kind of just didn't work. And I probably used a bunch of wrong techniques as well. I really tried to get it on smoothly, so I was rubbing it with my finger, with my thumb, and yeah, it was fun. It was really fun to get the clay on there, and yeah, even though I made a couple mistakes, I really overall I really enjoyed the process of making this, at least the latter step of the process, because oh my, the antlers were, that was so horrible to do, because it just wasn't sticking, and it just yikes. I'm doing this differently next time, because I really do feel like I've learned a lot from this. Like I can probably the next sculpture I make will probably be a lot better, because I've got ideas of what I want to do and how I want to do it better, that kind of stuff. And I really do have more of an idea of how I should be working with this. And I think once I finish this packet of clay that I have, once I finish that, I will probably buy some higher quality clay, so that I can actually make something that is worthwhile and something that like actually looks good, doesn't crack, that kind of stuff. And yeah, so I think polymer clay might be a good one to try out. And overall, I think I'll incorporate a lot more texture, because yeah, I think that is just gonna really help not have everything look so cracked and everything. Because I did make like a base, a grassy base or something, for him to stand on, and I used one of those tools that you see on screen now to really rough that up and make a lot of grassy texture, and that looks actually really good. So I think I'll make that for the for the next sculpture that I do for the fur of the animal. Oh yeah, and forgot to mention as well that I am actually going to make this video in 2 parts, because this part will be the sculpting, and then the next video will be the painting. I don't know when that will come out. Maybe I'll save that for later, because I don't know. It depends on how I feel when I start filming, what I feel like doing. And yeah, so the next layer, like the second layer, went a lot better because the clay was actually sticking to what I wanted it to stick to, and the antlers was still really difficult. But I think I had so much fun sculpting that face, and like really looking at a lot of references and how a moose's face is shaped and that kind of stuff. And it was so much fun to do. And I also tried keeping my fingers wet so the clay would stick better, or like how don't dry with as many cracks, but it didn't really work. It just made it stick to my fingers a lot, and I really hated that, so I didn't go through with that. But look at that face, look at those nostrils, look at that shape. I really like it. I love how that came out, and it's so much fun. It was a lot of fun to make that, and it reminds me kind of Ice Age, kind of like those shapes. It's not like a moose has those features in real life as well, but I think like the really the geometric feel that it has, it feels a lot like Ice Age, and that was fun. Yeah, and I really tried working with those tools, because I ordered tools as well, and they came a bit late, so I couldn't use them for the first layer, but then that first layer had to dry, so I tried to use them for the second layer, and that didn't really work. It's surprisingly useful, because I thought, oh man, these just like little plastic sticks, what are gonna do for me? But it did really help getting the clay on and stuff, and especially with that texture on the base that I made as well. Because he was falling over, he really wouldn't want to stand upright, so that really sucked. And now I need to stick him to the base, but it needs to dry first, so I guess that's the first thing that needs to happen. But then because I tried to stick it to it already, but I had to take it off again because the glue wasn't sticking, so I need to find a good glue as well. It's funny how sticky things don't stick to each other. But yeah, at least the latter part of the process I really enjoyed, and I really think like the next sculpture that I make will be a lot better, because I know where all my, well, I guess not all of them, I definitely am not an expert just yet, but I really feel like I've learned a lot from this sculpture, and I know what to do next and how to like actually do it a little bit better, I think. I left the antlers plain because quite frankly I couldn't be bothered, because it was just it was really difficult to sculpt on those things, and I just didn't want to do it anymore, because it was really frustrating the heck out of me. And yeah, so I thought, okay, I'm just gonna leave those then, because normally moose have like more spikes on those, the flat part of their antlers as well. And yeah, I didn't want to bother with it. And all those legs, I left those legs as well, and I didn't add any more of the clay on them. I tried, but it was just not sticking at all, and it was just awful. It was really bad, and I don't know why. It just it could be the clay, it could be my noob techniques and stuff. If you have any questions, if you have any tips or anything that you think that I'm doing obviously wrong, and you're a clay expert, or like you have more experience than me at clay, you don't have to be an expert or anything, but please let me know, because I want to learn and I want to do this well, because I like clay, and I want to, I want to get better at it, and I would really love to get more to draw more animals, to sculpt more animals, and it would be really fun if I could sculpt all of them, but I've got like almost 50, so that might not be the best idea, though I really love how everything turned out in the end, and I think it might look even better once I start painting it, and that I really do look forward to the painting process. And yeah, I don't know when that video will come out. I'm not sure if it will come out next week, but I guess you'll just have to see. Maybe it won't come out at all, but yeah, I'm stressed with school and stuff, so I need and I was stressed because of this project because it was giving me so much trouble. But I'm guessing I might just need to make like a comfort zone video because yeah, anyway, I did really enjoy making this video because I haven't been feeling too well today, but just making a video and doing a voiceover just makes me so happy. It makes me so happy because it's not like I have to force myself to be happy or to be upbeat, excited, maybe the first 3 seconds, but when, like, the second I say, hey everybody, it's SaskiaSketches, I already feel better. It's really crazy, and that's amazing. I love YouTube, and it's so great, and I'm so happy about that. You know, about making YouTube videos, about being able to do this. I just thank you all so much. Oh yeah, and before I forget, I got some fan art and it's amazing. Let me put it up on screen now. So this awesome fan art was made by It's Me HVG, and if you want a shout out, if you want to draw me fan art, just let me know and I'll put it in the YouTube video. I've been meaning to put this in every YouTube video I've made, but I've forgotten up until this point, and I am so sorry. I love this fan art and I really want to share more. So if you want to make me any fan art, just like tag me on Instagram, post it on Instagram, and I can put it in the video. I'll shout you out and I'll put your link in the description as well. You can just draw whatever you want, by the way. It doesn't have to be me or my avatar, but you can do some of my elemental animals as well. Do whatever you want, because I just love seeing your fan art. I really love that you enjoy my videos so much. Thank you. It's so great to hear from like people that watch my videos. It's so much fun. So that's why I always ask you to comment. Please comment, because I love reading comments and I love hearing from you guys. So please comment. And it's great for the YouTube algorithm as well. Okay, that about does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really hope you've enjoyed, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to this YouTube channel for more art videos every single Friday. Have a great weekend, guys, and keep on sketching. Bye!